Hey, I'm Eric with First Middle Disability Trust. In our last video, I explained what SSI is and who qualifies. Today, I want to help you avoid one of the biggest mistakes people make, sending in an incomplete or vague application. Most people who get denied the first time didn't give Social Security Administration the right information. So let's fix that. What does SSI really need? Well, first, they need to understand everything going on. For your information, it's important to know that a diagnosis alone will not qualify someone for SSI. Social Security wants proof that your disability or your child's disability is keeping them or you from working and or functioning independently. That means they're looking at how the disability affects daily life, decision-making, and self-care. Your job is to make that real for them on paper. And you cannot send them too much information to show that. Some things that you want to include are medical records from every provider, not just, so a big error, a big mistake I see people making, especially in the intellectual developmental disability community, is if somebody has a diagnosis of Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, autism, etc., they just include paperwork for that one diagnosis. When you're applying for SSI or Social Security disability insurance, you want to include all of your documentation for all of your diagnoses. And that means you're going to get medical records from every provider, your psychological or developmental evaluations. If your child is still in school, you're going to want to include copies of their IEP, reports from speech, occupational therapy, any other therapists, a list of hospitalizations, ER visits, or major medication changes. Remember, if you're feeling or thinking this feels like too much, it's better to over document than under. And I would add, never ever send original documents. Things get lost and then you could be up a creek. You can add, and maybe you should, I did not, but you could and should submit written statements describing what daily life is like. This could look like a letter from you, a teacher, a support staff member, a caregiver who's seen the person struggle with basic tasks. It can be powerful, but you have to be specific. Talk about the behaviors, the supervision needs, the memory issues, the health risks, anything that shows that the diagnosis isn't just on paper and can quantify how it's interrupting the individual's ability to work and their daily life. Some key questions that you want to make sure you answer are, can this person work a regular job without help? Can they live independently? Can they manage money or understand medical care? Can they stay safe without supervision? If the answer is no, or not without help, explain why. And here I want to put an asterisk because this is another place I see parents sometimes maybe painting too rosy of a picture. If the answer to all of this is yes, as long as I help them, well, then no, they're not really living independently. And parents, for some reason, don't think of it the same way, or they may think they're not doing that much to support their child. For example, if you're out and about, can you let your adult child cross the street by themselves? Will they look both ways? Can they get on a bus and take public transportation without you giving them a step-by-step list of what to do? Or are you worried about them getting lost? Can they pay a bill? And I realize not a lot of people use cash anymore. So if they're using a credit card or a TrueLink card, do they really understand what's happening? Do they know that they're going to have to pay that money back? It's not just going to magically reappear. That's some ideas of what I'm trying to get across when I say, can they live independently and what do they need help with? So I hope you understand all of this. I would encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I will be covering in the next video that I publish why your SSI amount might be lower than expected and what you can do about it. It's not a guarantee that it's going to work, but it's some things to be aware of. If you have an idea for a topic that you would like to cover, put it in comments or email info@firstmarylandtrust.org, firstmdtrust.org. It's up there on this slide. And I'm happy to share any topics that you want covered. We publish every other Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, if you subscribe, you're not going to miss a video. You're not going to miss any of our videos.